Good afternoon, everybody. This is me, Jason Gregory, coming at you from the UK with another Power Drive. Today is Thursday. Guys, hopefully you guys have had a productive week. It's been a very busy one for me, but a very productive one. I hope you guys have had the same. Guys, every single week, every single day, in fact, it's an opportunity for us to have an impact on somebody, for us to make the right decisions to get the right results. And so today I'm going to be talking about something specific in this Power Drive, and it's all going to be talking about discipline and the power of discipline in terms of your success. That's why I entitled it Discipline, the Key That Opens Up Success's Door. So guys, when you come on, let me know where you are watching me from. If you're watching me from the UK, let me know. If you're watching me from an international market, let me know. It is all good. If this is the first time you're catching me, just put hashtag new in the comments. When I come back into the comments a bit later, I will give you a special shout out for watching me for the first time. Or if you're watching me on a replay, put hashtag replay. It is all good. But guys, let me get into the content very quickly because I'm very mindful of your time. I don't want to keep you too long, and I do appreciate all of you who listen to me or watch me anyway. But first thing I want to talk about is the fact that discipline is a must-have. You see, there's certain things that are nice to have, like I would like to have a new job, or I'd like to have a raise, or I'd like to have a new car. Those are nice to have. There's other things that are must-haves, like I must have food, I must have oxygen here in order to survive. Those are must-haves. Well, discipline falls into that category of must-haves. If you haven't got discipline, then you are not going to be successful. You really aren't, because you're not going to do the things necessary to get the success that you are looking for. Discipline is the thing that brings plans to pass. You see, discipline is the thing that will allow you to follow through on the things that you say you're going to do. And if you haven't got the discipline, you're not, and then things will slip through the net. Sorry, let me get rid of this notification. Things will just slip through the net if that's the case. But the discipline allows you to turn up for the things that you need to turn up for. I've got a daughter. My daughter, some of you may have seen her art that I posted on the timeline. Extremely talented. But I always say to her, I say, just because you are talented doesn't necessarily mean you can relax, because somebody who's got a better work ethic than you, somebody who's more disciplined than you, can eventually become even better than you, even though you have talent. I always say to them that the success is really 5% inspiration, 95% perspiration. And so if there's somebody that's going to work harder than you, then eventually they will get more results than you. Discipline is really a must-have. And there's so many people that they start things and they've got every intention to be successful, but they just don't follow through. They haven't got the discipline necessary to follow through, and so they don't reach their full potential. And that's the thing that will stifle your potential every single time, is your lack of discipline over the things that you need to do. Again, to bring my daughter as an example, again, sometimes she gets these things that she calls art blocks, where she says she doesn't feel inspired with in terms of the drawing. But this is the thing: when a person is disciplined, they have this mindset, and this mindset is this: I am not going to wait until I'm inspired to work. I'm going to work until I get the inspiration. And that is a big difference. It's a paradigm shift in the way a person thinks. It's like somebody who says, I need to be perfect in order to start. Yeah, perfection is just professional procrastination. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to start. Yeah, in what I do, obviously you guys know that I'm in the home-based business industry, and sometimes when you help somebody and they're new into the opportunities that you're doing, sometimes they feel that they have to know everything about everything in order to get started. And that's the worst attitude you can have, because that wanting to know everything, that wanting to be perfect, is the very thing that's going to stop you from achieving. Yeah, there's that phrase that says, what is it? It is ignorance on fire is better than, ignorance on fire is better than talent on ice, or something like that. In other words, it's better to do something imperfectly than nothing perfectly. Yeah, so you really have to be disciplined enough to go after the things that you need to do. And when you've got that in you, when you've got that discipline about you, then you're going to be more productive. Yeah. So what are the components of discipline? The components of discipline are this. Number one, you have to have firm values. Yeah. You have to have a strong belief in what it is that you're doing. If you haven't got the belief in what you're doing, then you can be swayed by anybody else's opinion. You can be pushed to the left and pushed to the right, and before you know it, you've been pushed completely off the road because you're not fixed in your belief in what you're doing. But once you are fixed and once you are firm in your belief, then nothing is going to shake you. Yeah, you must know that you know that you know that you know that you're doing the right thing. That's why the people in our industry who are the ones who are successful are the ones who start something and then they have convinced themselves in their mind that this is the thing that they need to do, and they will fix their face like flint and don't look to the left or to the right. Those people are going to be successful. The other people that are always looking, the grass is always greener on the other side, looking for this opportunity, that opportunity. Yeah, you're going to make more money here, you're going to get a better product over here. When you're constantly looking and you haven't made a firm, convicted decision to stick at something, you're going to hop around like a bunny rabbit, and before you know it, you've been in 10 opportunities in the next 12 months. Those kind of people are always looking for that golden bullet. They're always looking for that special thing that's going to be making themselves so different, not realizing it's not the opportunity that needs work, it's them as an individual that need work. Because if you can't make that conscious decision to do something and be convicted enough to have the discipline to do the things necessary, you're going to jump from one thing to the other and bring the rubbish from one place to the other place. Yeah, what's the point in sweeping rubbish from the kitchen and emptying it out in the living room? It makes no sense. You have to deal with yourself. You have to deal with the aspects that you need to do to be successful, which are discipline. Yeah, even in the opportunity that I'm in, sometimes if people think that they're not achieving the levels that they would have hoped to achieve, then guys, sometimes you have to look in at yourself and say, what is it that I'm doing, or what is it that I'm not doing that is stopping me from achieving the thing that I want to go after? And a lot of times, guys, if we're honest with ourselves, it's all down to a lack of discipline in the consistent things that you need to do, a discipline in mastering the basics. Yeah, if you look at all the successful people, they were disciplined in mastering the basics. Yeah, Michael Jordan, for instance, got turned down by how many he got turned down by his college basketball team. And when he went to the coach, says, well, what do I need to do to get onto the team? The coach told him, just go and master the basics. And so what did he do? He got disciplined in practicing the basic fundamentals of his craft until he got so good that he's known as the best basketball player to have ever lived. He's a billionaire now. Yeah. Why? Because he was disciplined in the small things which led to the big things. So that's firm values and belief in what you have. That is one component. The other component of discipline is setting the right level of goals. Yeah, you have to set the right level of goals. You have to be specific about the goals that you want, because when you're specific, it will stop you from procrastinating. But you have to set the right level of goals. I said it this morning on another live that I did. And that is, when it comes to goal setting, it's not the fact that people set too big of goals and miss their goals. It's the fact that many people set too lower goals and hit their goals. Yeah, so if you want to do significant things in your life, then you have to be willing to stretch yourself. You have to be willing to take yourself out of that comfort zone and set those goals that are not going to be very in a nice place for you. It's going to cause you to stretch, because in the stretching, that's where there's growth. Yeah, when you're specific with the goals, you're going to be consistent in the activity that you need to do to hit those goals. Some of you have heard of the acronym SMART goals. You know, that is, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time driven. People talk about the realistic thing, but that's subjective, because realistic means I'm going to do something that I don't think is going to stretch myself. Yeah, that's a lot of people's realism. Yeah, so instead of being realistic, just go for a goal that is going to make you uncomfortable. It may seem to you like being unrealistic, but it's a perception thing. Something that is uncomfortable and will cause you to stretch doesn't necessarily mean you can't hit it. So don't just think that a big goal is unrealistic. Set big goals that will challenge you, because that is the thing that's going to keep you going, and the discipline of doing the fundamentals is going to keep you achieving. The other thing is clear priorities. You have to know exactly what it is that you want, because that's going to keep you from being distracted, because there are so many opinions, there's so many people out there that have got their own little ideas on things. You have to literally have your priorities clear. Why? Because when you have your priorities clear, again, that's another thing that's going to stop you from procrastinating. So for instance, in my industry that we're in, when you have clear priorities, instead of you checking your email for half of the day, you're going to be on the phone talking to people, you're going to be connecting with people on social media, you're going to be building those relationships, and you're going to be getting yourself in front of people, getting your value out there so people know what you're about, so people want to actually reach out and connect with you. You're going to be doing those types of activities, because those types of activities are going to move you closer to your goal rather than you just checking your email. So have your priorities clear. You have to be persistent. Number 4, you have to be persistent. You have to have that stubborn nature about you. You have to be so stubborn that you refuse to quit. You see, so many people quit things because it's just easy to quit. Not to quit is the road less traveled. And if you've got that stubborn attitude in terms of not quitting, that is a quality that you need in terms of your diligence, in terms of your discipline, yeah? Because when you're disciplined, you've made a conscious decision that whatever comes your way, you're going to do the things necessary to complete it. That means when you are persistently stubborn not to quit, that means you'll go through the storms, you'll go through all the things that will stop you from, will try to stop you from finishing your goal, and you will just come out the other end stronger for it. And then you have to have personal inspiration. That personal inspiration is what I call a desperate why. Yeah, so your why will get you started. You hear about people talk about know your why, know your why. You can't do nothing unless you know your why. Great, yes, that's true. Know your why. Your why will get you started, but it's your desperate why that will ensure you finish. It's your desperate why that will keep you disciplined. It's your desperate why that will keep you consistent, persistent, and determined. That's what it is. So in winding up, it's not the fact that everybody cannot be successful. Everybody can be successful, but not everybody is going to have the discipline that is necessary or needed to be successful. And discipline is a choice. You choose to be disciplined or you choose not to be disciplined is a choice. So what choice are you going to make today? Are you going to choose to make that choice to be disciplined so that you can fulfill what it is you're working on, but not just fulfill it, be really good at it. Not just be really good at it, but be the best at it. Yeah, so that you can add so much value to somebody else. Are you going to make the decision to do that today? Or are you going to make the decision to make an excuse? Well, I would have done that if this situation wouldn't have happened. I could have done that if that situation didn't happen. Or then you live a life of regret and say, I should have done that, because you're looking at all the situation that happened and you made the wrong choices. Guys, it's down to you. But I can tell you now, whatever it is that you're working on, if you keep your eyes fixed on the end goal, yeah, you will make it. If you keep your eyes fixed on what it is that you truly want to achieve, you will make it. So guys, be disciplined. Have all the components of discipline working actively in your daily activity, and then go out and change your life and the life of many people around you. Guys, I hope this made sense to you. If it did, let me know in the comments. If you're watching this on a replay, please leave a comment. It's always good to know that I'm saying something that's making sense to somebody. If you know somebody that needs to hear this, tag them in or share this with them. Guys, there's so many people with a lot of potential out there, but potential without discipline is going nowhere. So take care, guys, and I'll be with you with another Power Drive fairly soon. Hey Colette, good to see you on, my good friend from France. Good to see you on. Guys, I will see you at another Power Drive or Power Walk fairly soon. Take care. God bless.